To give Trump's first 100 days a grade, but if I had to, I'd say it falls somewhere between F and U. And don't get me wrong. There have been some positives. Unfortunately, they've all been pregnancy tests for women who slept with Elon Musk, but there have been some positives. I mentioned last night that Trump's approval rating is the lowest of any president at this point in his term since they've been doing polls like this, at least 80 years, maybe 90 years.
Trump built his image as untouchable, but Jimmy Kimmel dismantles it with sharp wit, exposing every boast, outburst, and meltdown as a parody of itself. By mocking Trump's fragile ego and obsession with praise, Kimmel reveals the absurdity of a leader who governs by tweet, treats policy like celebrity drama, and erupts when confronted with truth. Using Trump's own words as punchlines, Kimmel strips away the bluster, leaving only an insecure reality star who forgot the cameras were still rolling.
Glad you're in a good mood. I am in a great mood too. I've had a day of revelry and jubilation as I celebrate Donald Trump's 100th day in office. I assume there'd be a big round of applause. No? We have, 100 days behind us and only 13 more 100 days to go. It's been an historic 100 days. Some would say
treats the White House like another wing of Trump Tower, a gaudy showroom for gold-plated excess, but Jimmy Kimmel tears through that illusion, revealing a president more like a QVC salesman than a statesman. Every chest-puffing claim of greatness is stripped bare, exposing a man obsessed with branding over results. Kimmel's comedy doesn't just mock, it unmasks, turning the billionaire builder into a hollow pitchman while the audience sees through the con, leaving Trump with nothing but the echo of his own.
Well, sadly, the injury to his ankle meant Guillermo was unable to make the trip to Rome for the Pope's funeral. He was supposed to represent the United States. They had to send the president instead. President Trump flew to Rome to pay his respects and also to see if he could get a deal on the Pope Mobile to drive around his golf course. For whatever reason, even though the Vatican dress code specifically recommended a dark suit for the service, Trump showed up in his bluest blue suit. Something from the Cedric the Entertainer funeral collection.
If you're enjoying this video, hit subscribe and ring the bell, because the show isn't over. Trump's obsession with crowd sizes revealed his presidency as an ego management seminar disguised as government, where empty bleachers became oceans of adoring fans in his mind. Kimmel hilariously exposed this fragile ego, showing a leader more worried about validation than policy, turning the biggest inauguration crowd claims into one of the funniest political delusions ever. The joke wasn't just on Trump, it was on anyone who mistook spectacle for substance. And
man, if Obama wore in a blue suit to the Pope's funeral, Sean Hannity's head would explode inside Trump's ass. The fact that he was the only person not wearing a dark suit did not go unnoticed, so the White House press secretary pushed back. She said the president looked great and presidential alongside our stunning First Lady, who was, as usual, dressed perfectly for the occasion. And she's right about Melania. I don't know about, but she definitely looks stunned. Show them together, because this is the happiest I've ever seen these
tweets, where Trump turned world policy into a reality show confessional. Kimmel nailed it, exposing a president more focused on feuds with late-night hosts, athletes, and department stores than actual governance. The White House became a stage for tantrums, diplomacy, a series of score-settling rants, and global crises treated like bad Yelp reviews. Without exaggeration, Kimmel revealed the absurdity. Trump didn't command respect, he begged for attention, and the audience saw it all unfold in real time.
Even Fox News has the president polling poorly, which is a fact that did not go over bigly with Trump spokesgoblin Stephen Miller.
New Fox News poll shows that the border has been one of your big successes, but everything else, he's sort of underwater. What do you say?
Well, I don't want to make things awkward for you, John, but it is our opinion that Fox News needs to fire his pollster.
Great idea, Vern.
And then there were the department store feuds only Trump could clash with, Macy's and Nordstrom, over keeping his family's flashy brand on their shelves. Kimmel highlighted the irony. The self-proclaimed titan of business couldn't even secure a tie rack, turning the art of the deal into a clearance-aisle spectacle. While other presidents tackled wars and recessions, Trump obsessed over retail rejection, and Kimmel exposed the emptiness behind the brand, a billionaire master negotiator who couldn't even negotiate. shelf space, leaving his ego.
Prices that Donald Trump promised to bring down on day one are still going up. You know the store Dollar Tree, where everything cost $1? Because of inflation, Dollar Tree had to raise their prices to $1.25. And now because of these big, beautiful tariffs, they're reportedly planning to raise prices again, which is a problem because the store is called Dollar Tree. And so now they've even had to make adjustments to their
jabs. Cut to the heart of Trump's contradictions. A man who boasted of being the smartest and strongest yet acted needy, insecure, and desperate for approval. Talking like George Washington but sulking like a kid left out of dodgeball. Trump exposed himself nightly, and Kimmel let the hypocrisy speak for itself. He tore into Trump's pandemic mismanagement, showing a leader offering medical advice, like a late-night infomercial, obsessed with ratings over facts, and turning briefings into reality show episodes. Lives became metrics, empathy a ratings strategy, and Kimmel revealed the tragedy hidden behind the spectacle.
To finding out which winning town, either Indianapolis or Oklahoma City, will host a much bigger parade than our president's G.I. Joe themed on Saturday, Trump had this, his much anticipated stupid Sweet 16, disguised as a tribute to the U.S. Army. He bone spurred his way out of. After all the hype and money, somewhere around $50 million, it was boring. It was basically a $50 million version of when a 5-year-old shows you every car in his Hot Wheels collection.
Kimmel's single quotes, "S genius is in framing Trump's failures not as missteps, but as inevitable results of a man treating politics like a casting call." Trump chased fame, not leadership, and Kimmel shows that fame without credibility quickly turns into mockery. Every shout for respect only made him a joke, and his obsession with legacy statues, airports, eternal glory into comedy, leaving a footnote rather than a monument. Under Kimmel's lens, Trump's tough guy act and alpha posturing dissolve into the spectacle of a man terrified of irrelevance. Proving that Kimmel doesn't just roast, he exposes.
This talk about how this wasn't a birthday party for him, it kind of seemed like a birthday party for him. They wrapped his new iPad in a flag. It was a lot of fun. What a birthday. It wasn't just, and they gave him a fireworks show on top of that. There's Sleepy Don taking it all in. And in fairness, that's as close as he gets to being able to sleep with his wife, so he took the opportunity. This is really good. This almost makes me feel bad for him, almost. So it's his birthday, and while there's no good reason for us to be paying to celebrate it, you'd think his wife might celebrate it, right? They're married. And, well, watch this. You look at his hand. He makes a little move to lock pinkies, and nope. Known as the Slovenian snub. And then it was time for the man who knows more than all of the generals combined to show off his military acumen.
The U.S. Army has driven bayonets into the heart of sinister empires, crushed the ambitions of evil tyrants beneath the threads of American tanks.
That's right. Don't thread on me, tanks.
Trump projects regal confidence but visibly falters when admiration isn't immediate. And Kimmel brilliantly dismantles this facade, revealing a leader whose power is undercut by a relentless need for approval. By highlighting awkward interactions with world leaders, questionable decisions, and public missteps, Kimmel reframes Trump's presidency from a serious political chapter into a series of poorly executed performances. The comedy underscores the contradiction between Trump's self-proclaimed gravitas and his behavior, turning a would-be heroic narrative into enduring satire and reshaping how his time in office is viewed in popular culture.
Shoplifting for me. And then we have the Easter dummy, Donald Trump, who, don't worry, is making lots of money, and he's spending money too, specifically our money. President Trump has been doing an extreme makeover of the White House. Everything's gold now. Look at this room. It's all gold. The press secretary called it the golden office for the golden age, which is quite a spin. And for such an anti-DEI kind of guy, you wouldn't think he'd have the same taste as Liberace, but he does.
Kimmel's commentary exposes a core contradiction in Trump's leadership. Though he projected dominance, His reactive, insecure style and constant need for validation repeatedly undermined that image. Throughout his presidency, Trump's tenure became defined more by avoidable controversies and self-created challenges than substantive achievements. The stark gap between his self-presentation and actual governance turned his time in office into a spectacle, leaving a legacy remembered for its unconventional antics. Rather than traditional
Is very proud of himself for making a trade agreement with a country we were trading with just fine until he screwed it all up. This is funny. One of the companies that's getting a break from this deal is Rolls-Royce. So rest easy, Ma and Pa MAGA hat. You're still going to lose the farm, but you'll only have to pay 10% extra on that Rolls-Royce you've had your eye on.
On cars, we took it from 25 to 10 on Rolls-Royce because Rolls-Royce is not going to be built here. I wouldn't even ask them to do that. You know, it's a very special car. And unless somebody shows me that there's another kind of a car that's comparable to a Rolls-Royce, then there aren't too many. This is a good commercial for Rolls-Royce. They're going to order a lot of cars.
Mr. President, I wonder whether you'd like to buy.
You know, the last time that happened, I ended up buying a Tesla. You know?
He's still pronouncing it Tesla. And where is that Tesla you allegedly? He gave the Tesla to Milan.
A fundamental truth about Trump. Though he claims immunity to mockery, he provides endless material for it. By reflecting Trump's own statements and actions, Kimmel lets the contradictions speak for themselves, turning him into a recurring character defined by inconsistencies and vulnerabilities. This approach undermines Trump's self-crafted image of invincibility, highlighting a pattern of losses, legal, professional, and personal, that clash with his boasts of victory, delivered with precision rather than anger. Kimmel's critique sticks because it's observant and consistent, letting Trump's own words and deeds dismantle the persona he worked.
When your daughter asks for a Barbie for Christmas this year, just say, we can't afford that, honey, but maybe you'd like some John Smedley knitwear? This trade agreement is the biggest deal Trump has made with Britain since the time he convinced them to make his stunt double their prime minister. Today, the current British Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, was not able to be at the White House, but he did call in to kiss some ass via speakerphone.
Donald, thank you so much. It's really good to have this deal over the line. Tribute to both teams, tribute to our countries, and tribute to your leadership.
Keir, thank you very much.
Thanks, Donald, and we'll speak again soon.
S conclusion lands with undeniable force, showing that Trump's rallies, bravado, and media manipulation unravel under scrutiny. The applause he craved turns to laughter. His pursuit of respect and legacy slips away. And what remains is enduring not monuments, but punchlines. The man who sought glory is preserved as a caricature, remembered in memes and jokes rather than historical weight, with irony serving as his lasting epitaph.